What was supposed to be an evening to remember turned into one to forget for Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League champions Defence Force. On Wednesday night at the Hasely Crawford Stadium, the Tetron men suffered a heavy defeat in the Concacaf Champions Cup, the region's premier club tournament, at the hands of Major League Soccer outfit Philadelphia Union. Both sides met in what was a highly anticipated clash in the first leg of their Round 1 fixture.
Over 1,300 supporters turned out on Ash Wednesday for arguably the biggest club match in Trinidad and Tobago since 2002. By virtue of placing third in the Concacaf Caribbean Cup, the Defence Force faced a stern test in their first leg Round 1 clash against Major League Soccer team Philadelphia Union in the Concacaf Champions Cup. Defence Force goalkeeper Isaiah Williams was called into action early, parrying the shot.
Saved by Williams.
Philadelphia grew into the game when Jesus Bueno was taken down on the edge of the box by Tyrese Bailey, earning a free kick. Forward Milan Iloski would breach the net of Williams when his free kick went over the wall into the left-hand side. Philly 1-0 up in the 29th minute. Jovain Jones was in search of an equalizer, but his effort failed to trouble keeper Andre Rick.
Jones drives it.
Soon after, the visitors claimed a second when a high-lofted cross by Francis Westfield found the head of Ezekiel Alado, who blasted the ball in the net on his club debut.
Oh, what a save, and it's in the back of the net. It's number 2 for the Union.
The home team were up against it, doing just enough not to concede a third. The halftime score read Defence Force 0, Philadelphia Union 2.
Philadelphia Union take a commanding 2-0 lead into the dressing room.
After the restart, things got worse for the two-time champions Defence Force. A towering header by defender Olwethu Makania made it 3-0 to the visitors. It would be a combination of two substitutes that led to the game's next goal when 16-year-old Kayvan Sullivan crossed the ball to Bruno Damiani, whose shot, along with a slight deflection, found its way over the line.
It's Damiani.
Sullivan continued to trouble the Defence Force, so much so that he was brought down by the tired legs of Sheldon Battle. After a video assistant referee review, Grenadian referee Rion Radix awarded a penalty to Philadelphia.
And it's a penalty.
Despite Isaiah Williams getting his fingers on the ball, Diamani's shot had enough on it to see the forward score his second of the evening. 5-0 the score. A late red card for Jovain Jones capped off a disappointing night for Defence Force, who suffered a heavy 5-0 defeat to Philadelphia Union, with eyes now turning to the second leg. Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.
Following Wednesday's match at the Hasely Crawford Stadium, Defence Force head coach Devon Jostling admitted that at this stage, the MLS team is simply the superior side. Jostling also mentioned that he was disappointed with how his team fared when dealing with dead ball situations, which played a large part in their 5-0 defeat. Here's more in this story.
It's been a night to forget for the defending TTPFL champions, the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force. Tonight in the Concacaf Champions Cup first leg, they went down 5-0 to MLS team Philadelphia Union. After the game, we caught up with head coach Devon Jostling, who shared his thoughts about the match.
Obviously, you will be disappointed after losing 5-0, but you have to be honest. And in terms of Defence Force and Philadelphia, is different levels. I'm really proud of the guys in terms of they never gave up, right? But what I'm disappointed with is that we know they was really good from dead balls, and for them to score 4 goals from dead balls, I'm disappointed in that. But this is the level. What we could do is, and what we will be doing is working hard to reach this stage again the next time around, and hopefully go one better.
Jostling added that he believes his approach was the correct one when asked about a starting 11 that included 5 defenders.
Of course, as I say, when we analyze Philadelphia, right, the players, I think they win the supporters Sheila Cup in the US 3 years in a row. So you had to give respect where it's due, and the job was to make sure and well try and be in the tie for the second leg, but unfortunately it didn't happen that way and that is football. So you know what we have to do is learn, and the next time we reach this phase, hopefully to go one better.
The head coach shared what he believes needs to be done to bridge the gap between Trinidad and Tobago teams and sides of the caliber of Philadelphia Union.
I say we are trying to qualify for these tournaments every year, and in saying that, hopefully the clubs get support and we put proper programs in place, but I think qualifying and playing at this level year in, year out will help.
With the TTPFL champions down by 5 going into the second leg, Justin spoke about his approach going into the away fixture.
To go and compete, you never know in football. You never know. Wicket get early goal, they get red card, you never know. But we'll definitely be going to Philadelphia to compete and try to give a better performance than tonight.
Defence Force will face Philadelphia Union in the return leg on February 26th at the Subaru Park in Philadelphia. Adrian Nazar, TTT Sport.
5-0, Philadelphia Union head coach Bradley Carnell acknowledged after the match that former MLS players Kevin Molino and Jovan Jones caused his side considerable problems in the opening half. Problems significant enough to prompt a tactical switch at the interval.
In the first half, they caught us a couple of times with Kevin floating between the lines, Molino, Jovan Jones as well. We know these guys from back in the days in the MLS, and the biggest danger is when we have the ball. We lose the ball, and if we're so spread out and expansive, they can transition really quickly with their athleticism. We sorted that out at half time, and I think you could see a real dominant performance in the second half, and that's what we had to change.